In this video, we will create a timeline or a roadmap kind of a view using repeating group. The data is coming dynamically from the database tables. Let's jump right into it. I will create a new page and name it timeline. And I will use a reusable element header. I will drag and drop a repeating group. I will adjust the width. For now, I will keep the columns to 2 and rows will be 4. Let me switch to the data tab and I will create a table called timeline which will hold all the events. Let me name the first element, the first field as event, and it will be a text field. We will also have a description for the event. I will have a sort field. I will see why we need this sort field. I will populate the table with some entries. I will probably create like 5 events. I'll name it maybe event event 1, sort field 1. From the lorem ipsum, I'll copy some description. Yeah, you can do that also, or you can write your own description if you would like. I prefer to use it so I can copy some quick text. That is too much. I'll just copy one sentence from here. Let me create a few more entries. Event 2. Now let's populate the data here. The type of content would be timeline. The data source, I will search for the timeline table and I'll close it. Before I put text, I'll grab a group here. I'll just center it vertically and horizontally. Now I can grab the header which is the event. Yeah, before I do that, I need to first uh, get it in the group. Okay, so let me put a description here. Okay, now let's go to the group A and select timeline and current sales timeline. Now in the text, I can get that text field specifically. Parent group's timeline, then I'll get the event. For the description, I'll do similarly and I'll get the description. I'll do some styling here. I'll keep the headline bold. I'll center the text. I'll reduce the font to 14. Yeah, let's center it and let's see how it looks. Let's preview. Yeah, we have few things going wrong here. First of all, it is not full width and there is a scroll bar. Let's fix that. We'll make it full list. Now we have removed the scroll bar. Let's refresh and check that. Perfect. Now there are multiple columns because it is being stretched. So let's make it fixed width. Refresh. Yep, we have only two columns now. Now the event 1 and event 2. Okay, they are not in the right way that we want. Okay. So I'll also remove the borders. And let's also make the outset, okay, shadow style. Let's give it some shadow so that it gets highlighted, these boxes. It looks a bit better. Now let's add a shape here just to make it more attractive. I'll give it blue color. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, the event 4 and event 2, they are not aligned properly. So let me put that in a group. I'll select both these groups and I'll put them in a group again. Now it should look fine. Yeah, it looks better, but I think I need to align the text properly. Okay, let's look. Yeah, so now event 1, event 2 should be blank. The space there should be blank, right? Okay, the text looks perfect now. So you can see the text is getting on multiple lines. So I will truncate if it is too tall. Okay, it will only be like, uh, yeah, you will see the result here. What happens after that? That extra, we have only three lines of text now. The rest of it would be truncated with that setting. So I will remove the separators, the divider and all that. The horizontal and the vertical lines, we are removing that. Yeah, so now it looks clean. Now, okay, before we move on, let us understand few things about the repeating group. So this is our two column repeating group. We have the rows coming from the table. Okay, so this is the row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is how the rows are getting populated in the repeating group. Now, if you look at our timeline, okay, so we will have 1 and 4 is where we will have the event, 5 is the event, 8 is the event, and 9 is the event. So we need to have these cells filled, but the 2 and 3, then 7, okay, so then yeah, 4. So these rows or these cells need to be empty. So when I create the data in my database table, I will create legit entries, as in the entries with events in 1 and 4, then 5, then 8, then 9, but rest of them will have uh, rows in the database, but they will not have any event associated with it. They will simply be one field which is sort field. Okay, the 2 and 3 will be there. Rest of the data will not be there for those rows. All right, let's add the sort field entries. This is 1, 4, 5, 8, and 9. Now we need the empty rows. So I will create a new entry. I'll say 2. We'll create an empty row 3. We need 6 and 7. Yeah, that's it. All right, let me refresh the page. Yeah, so you can see here the newly created rows which are empty, and also the sort criteria right now is the creation date. The default sort criteria is the creation date and time. Okay, so the one which is created earlier will be listed, and the one which is created will be displayed at the last. So we need to fix two things here. First is to fix the sort criteria, or the change the sort criteria to the sort field, and then the next we will make these empty rows invisible. Let's do the first thing, correct the sort criteria. So I will go to the repeating group data source. Okay, I'll add a sort criteria, sort field, I'll say descending no, so it will be in the ascending order. Let's refresh. Yeah, it is in the right order that we have expected. Now the only thing left is to make these rows invisible, these entries invisible. So how can I do that? I'll click on this, I'll go to conditional, I'll add a condition. This current cell's timeline event, okay, remember this is empty for the those rows, okay, is empty. Then what I'll do, when it is empty, what I'll do, this element is visible, I will not check this box. So when it is empty, this element will be invisible. So let's refresh and check. All right, we have a perfect timeline. One thing, I'll do some styling here just to make it more appealing. So first thing I will do is to this group, I will add a shadow style. Okay. Yeah, it's already there. So what I'll do, when this group is hovered, I'll spread the radius of the box, okay, to probably 4. Okay. Yeah, it looks nice. Now, one more thing I can do is I can add numbers to it. So I'll put a text box here. I will Here I will insert parent group timelines, the step number. Okay, we have entered the event step number here. I will do some styling here for this one. Maybe I'll make it 20. Okay, I'll make it bold. I will center the text vertically. All right, let's see. Okay, not bad. It doesn't look really that bad. So with CSS, you can, if you can write code and if you can write CSS, you can also create some border here, that will look more like a timeline. But if you want a quick workaround, I think this would work really nice with a repeating group, and you can insert dynamic data in these tables, in these sections here, from dynamic data from the tables. So yeah, let me know what do you think. Yeah, thanks a lot. See you in the next one.